Good morning and welcome to the daily cyber briefing for Wednesday, the 12th of March. I'm Stephen Ridgway. It might have passed you by, but it probably hasn't. Yesterday was Patch Tuesday, so Microsoft Patch Tuesday. Plenty of patches. I'm not going to read through them all because partly it's all over everything. So if you want to delve into the individual patches, there's loads of information out there. There's nothing that really strikes one as being a surprise. There are six that are currently, six patches to currently exploited vulnerabilities. Most of those are not critical. I think they're mostly mediums and highs, I think. However, they are being exploited, so definitely worth pushing out patches for those ASAP. There are other critical patches that are being pushed out. I think there are at least six patches to critical vulnerabilities that have come out in this round. So as always, recommendation would be do your stand-up testing and push out the patches. Don't wait with these. Better to patch and discover if there are any issues and roll back those patches than to spend an inordinate amount of time testing things and then get behind. Patching patches in one go is where problems arise from, in my experience. Also, out today is a patch from Apple, which is fixing a vulnerability in WebKit. It is currently being exploited, but in a very targeted way. So if you are using any Apple devices, bear in mind there are patches available for iOS, which will be compatible with iPhone XS and later, and iPads, iPad Pros, and so on and so forth. So various things, the normal stuff that Apple is supporting. Can get those updates. Max Sequoia 15.3 gets an update. Safari 18.3 gets an update, and Vision OS also gets Vision OS 2.3 gets an update as well. So Apple has been pretty much on top of vulnerabilities. It looks like there's been some focus on looking for vulnerabilities in Apple Kit recently, and this is, to the best of my knowledge, I think the third 0 day that's been patched so far this year. So if you are running Apple devices, check to see if you have updates waiting. Hopefully you have got all your devices set for automatic updates, but even if that's the case, go and nudge them, make sure they have actually applied the updates and they're not sitting there waiting for whatever reason, for reboots or whatever it might be. It looks like Jaguar Land Rover has been hacked. There is a group known as REY, R-E-Y, that has published some information on the dark web that indicates they've picked up some internal documents, including some Jaguar Land Rover source code, some tracking data, development logs, other bits and pieces. Probably not critical to drivers of Jaguar Land Rover vehicles immediately. However, losing your source code is generally a bad thing, and as we've said various times on this briefing over the last few years, the automotive industry is not renowned for secure coding. So expect there to be vulnerabilities discovered as a consequence of losing source code, or at least be aware that that may be happening. Also be aware it may be difficult to fix anything that is found as a consequence of this. Jaguar Land Rover themselves have not responded to this publication, so it is possible that this will turn out to be a storm in a teacup, and we have seen various ransomware groups attempting to extort money without actually having compromised anything. You just send the ransom note without doing anything else. So yeah, we'll wait and see. But yeah, that is that one. And finally, from me today, there are deep fake videos, AI-generated deepfake videos of the CEO of YouTube that are being sent to content creators. They are a scam. They appear to show the CEO of YouTube talking about changes in monetization. They are more believable than previous attempts at scamming people in this arena. So, two reasons why I wanted to bring this to your attention. The first one being, if you are a content creator on YouTube, be aware, if you receive one of these, it is likely to be a fake. Check before you take any actions based on what you're seeing. That person may not actually be the CEO of YouTube. They may quite possibly just be a bot. The other one is that, and more generically, as they say in the article, welcome to the future. This sort of scam is going to become more prevalent. I stand by what I've said before, that we as humans will become increasingly good at identifying these scams. We will pick up on and learn subtle signals. You look back at 1980s special effects, and having lived through the 1980s, watching films and things, you look at it and go, "Oh my goodness, that is so realistic." You look back now and it's like, "Oh my goodness, that is such crap." In the way of special effects, so we are very good, I think, at learning what's real and what isn't. That's probably an evolutionary trait. As an ex-evolutionary biologist, that the ability to understand what's real and what isn't is foundational to the evolution of humans, I suspect. So we will learn this stuff. Whether we can learn it faster than it can improve is an interesting question, which will only be answered by time. Okay, well, that's all from me for this Wednesday. I hope you have a great day, and I will speak to you all again tomorrow morning.